Hello, and welcome to Crossfaded, a podcast about the business and culture of cannabis and alcohol. Cannabis and alcohol are each multi billion-dollar industries that are highly regulated from an advertising perspective. So we built flavorfix.com to help brands reach these audiences and grow. And Crossfaded is some flavor in your ear to inspire you to make money in these industries now that legalization is happening. In our first episode, we catch up with Master P to talk about the cannabis industry, what it takes to be successful in life, and about his important 520 Cannabis Freedom Day movement. Check it out. Good morning, sir. How are you?
How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. Wow, this is pretty incredible. This is such
Yes,
an honor to be
yes,
talking.
sir.
Thank you so much for making the time. My name is Laval. I run a company called flavorfix.com, and what we do
Yeah,
is we pair alcohol with cannabis and CBD and spirits. And you know, the stigma of crossfaded is a bad thing, but we're sort of redefining that to give some rules where you have balance. It's about quality of life, and it's about taking care of the people that you're doing these activities with, right? And having respect. And
yeah,
when I got a note from someone on your team, and when I saw the 520 thing, I was like, wow, this is really, really incredible. Because first of
yeah,
all, in I'm black, and growing up in America, being black is just a wild.
yeah,
In like advertising land, and like being the only black guy in like an advertising agency, like for years, it's like really, really
yes,
crazy. And when I started getting into cannabis, it's really crazy the stats that you see about the misrepresentation. So more minorities are in jail for
yeah,
cannabis, and then from a business standpoint, there are very, very few of
yeah,
them who could even profit off of this industry, even though they have like the deep roots for years of growing and all of those things.
hmm,
And so my first question I want to ask you is, like, most people obviously know you from music, and you're a musical genius, and I looked you up, like all the business stuff that you're doing is incredible. So but like, how did you get into cannabis?
Well, my grandparents, as kids, we used to have to sneak. My grandfather was in the Vietnam vet. I mean, the Vietnam War, and he had a lot of medical issues when he came back home. And as a kid, I just remember sneaking to make sure I get him something to smoke and kind of take the pain away.
Right.
You also look at this as medication when you look at a lot of African American families that are dealing with a lot of illnesses that a lot of them don't even go to the hospitals and doctors to try to deal with. But uh, being able to have to do this and sneak out, and now that this is legal, and like you said, there's not many of us that are profiting from this. There's no money getting put back into our community and our culture. And my thing is not only smoke this, but let's turn this into a business. And then uh, I open up the ice cream shops to where it's bigger than just uh, blowing bud or buying pot. Uh, it's all about the military has the limitless. We have the different flavors of the cannabis ice cream at the ice cream shop. But the more we make, the more we give, and to be able to do this legally, because in 34 states, this is legal. But
Right.
in Louisiana, where I'm from, we started what I have on right now on 520 day. And we starting from now all the way to 520 next year. It's all about Vincent Winslow, a guy in Louisiana that was serving a life sentence for a $20 sack of marijuana, which is injustice.
That's incredible.
Uh, we have to change that narrative. We have to free the people that's incarcerated for small amounts of cannabis.
Right.
Um, and we celebrate. We come together. We bring awareness. I teamed up with the Last Prisoner Project, and we have been freeing so many people that's been incarcerated for small amounts of cannabis, which is crazy to me.
That's wild.
Because and it's because of our skin colors. It's a lot of things. It's because of lack of education. And we have to educate our people. We also have to prepare our loved ones that has been incarcerated to return back to regular life. Vincent Winslow, he got out December of last year, and he passed last month. So that's why we have to educate our people back. This guy has served over 12 years and finally got out and lost his life. So Cannabis Freedom Day is real 5/20, and it's about education and bringing awareness. And it's also about helping Black farmers understand the culture, how to make money, how to grow, how to turn this into medicated products for our culture and our people, and how we need to benefit off of this, because we're not using this as a business. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, and we're not benefiting from it. All we're doing is smoking. Right. And we want to change that narrative. We want to create more entrepreneurs to put more money back into our community so we can prepare our kids for their future. We could help the elderly. We could change our environment by us being able to benefit off of this. Why so many other cultures are benefiting off of this and we're not.
Yeah, no, I think that's all amazing. And from the medical point, I grew up in Brooklyn and I got stabbed a couple of times, just fighting and just being a knuckle kid, what kids do. And I couldn't sleep for years. I had night terrors, like just swinging in my sleep, like just craziness. And my wife said, "You should smoke some weed." And I smoked some weed, bro, like a baby. I sleep like a baby. Now I don't need it as much. And it was just magic, man. And so like I'm glad now it's legal in New York, and it's legalization is rolling. But it's helped me so much. And I think everything that you said is amazing, because you have to, like, I have multiple businesses that I run. One is called growthskills.co. It's a training program, right? To train people in the digital marketing skills that I've been lucky enough to acquire, and then place them at a job. And when I think about that, and you just gave me an idea, because I should be using that sort of tool and that platform to really help prisoners as well, because they get such a bad hand, because when they come out, they're not prepared.
Well, then they have a record now, so it's hard to find a job. It's hard to take care of their family, so most of them end up going back to what got them there.
For sure.
And it's sad, but we stereotype from them.
Yeah.
And probably the only way out is being an entrepreneur.
Right. Absolutely. That's incredible. So and why 520?
Well, 520, if you look at it from 420, it keeps it going. So 420 is about celebrating the product, but 520 is all about Freedom Day, and we're about keeping the movement going. But the mission for 520 is so important. We have so much work to do. I mean, in so many different areas, but when you have people locked up for a plant that the system is selling now, the government is selling. So it's like we have to focus on more harsh criminals than these petty crimes.
Absolutely.
I feel like a lot of fathers and mothers are incarcerated away from their kids that, maybe you made a mistake, but this like $20, $100 of cannabis, you shouldn't be locked down for that.
Right. Your life shouldn't be ruined.
Yes.
Right. And so you're using your celebrity, obviously, to make this movement and manifest it. Like, when you think about 420, I think it started because like a couple dudes were smoking at that time. That's just that's crazy. So, like, because like I love that you're starting this with a purpose that's bigger than obviously want to celebrate it.
This is bigger than us. Next year we want to do festivals. We want to bring people that own cannabis companies and farms together, but it's all about bringing awareness on the injustice of getting these prisoners out that's incarcerated for just small amounts of cannabis. So I just think we want to bring these men and women home to their families, and they should be. I mean, this is a plant, is legal in 34 states now, and I know that it's growing. Before it's over, it'll be legal everywhere. Mm-hmm. And I feel like, I mean, if you're not incarcerated for drinking, or you're not incarcerated for smoking cigarettes, you shouldn't be incarcerated for small amounts of cannabis.
Absolutely. When people get high, all they want to do is eat food and sleep.
Yeah.
They're not trying to fight.
Yeah.
You know, so that's beautiful. And so are you, so I saw all of these celebrities get into cannabis. You got Tyson with his Tyson Ranch and Hot Boxing. You got like Snoop, obviously, Burner. You got Martha Stewart. Are you partnering with any of them to help push this? Because I could imagine that, like, this is
so we're definitely, the pandemic kind of stopped a lot of stuff this year, but next year we all grouping up because this is bigger than us. We got to shine the light on this, and we have to bring these families home, and that's why I teamed up with the Last Prisoner Project, right? Because we're not going to stop till we bring everybody home.
Absolutely. So if people are going to watch this, I want you to leave them with 3 things that, like, actions that they could take to help support 520.
Yeah, well, first of all, in your local communities, you can bring awareness to this. You could find out people that are incarcerated for small cannabis, and you could write to your governor in the states where you are, and bring awareness and say, like, these people need to be free. We all need to you could go to the Last Prisoner Project, and you could post up any injustice that you or your family are dealing with. That's another way. And also, if you want to make a donation, you can go to the Last Prisoner Project to make a donation to help the families of these prisoners that has been incarcerated for this injustice. And 520 come, we want people to post up, go on their Instagram, bring awareness, support the festivals that we have planned for 520, because it's all about giving back to the people, families that are incarcerated. So once they get out, we want, like I said, we want to prepare them, we want to educate them, we want to find shelter for them once they back home into the system. And mentally, we want to get them prepared to live. So we have to pay for counselors and stuff like that. So we know that we can't do this alone. We need us to come together. And I feel like you don't understand this until it's one of your family members or friends or somebody that you're close to is incarcerated for something like this. And there are way more bigger crimes that are being committed that need real attention. I feel like these cases should be misdemeanors, if not tickets. So I feel like other cultures, they get road tickets, we get sent to prison.
For sure. And can we also buy the T-shirts?
You can buy the T-shirts. Go to 520.org, and you can buy the T-shirts. That's another way to support. So thank you guys for understanding and being a part of this. This is a movement. This is bigger than us.
Absolutely. And so, what advice would you give to other minorities, Black, brown people trying to get into cannabis? And from a business standpoint.
Yeah, so from a business standpoint, I would tell any minorities, Black, brown, do your due diligence, make sure everything you're doing is legal. This is a great opportunity to build generational wealth. But when you get into this with knowing that this is a business like any other business, but you have to make sure your business is straight.
Right. All right. For any of these, it's happening and it's going to happen. All these corporations are going to come in, they're going to buy everything and consolidate. What advice you know, and they'll also all have like a social good thing that they're gonna try and do.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to, you know, big business in coming into this space?
Yeah, well, big business coming into this space know that people has worked hard to build their brands and pack fair. I think you got to pack fair with the culture, with the people that then paid the way. This is an opportunity for everybody. I know that people are gonna join forces together in the future, and it's gonna be probably just like the music industry. But I think when you pack fair and you do right, blessings will continue coming.
Absolutely. And so you've lived an amazing life and multiple lives and careers and all these things. Are there like any final words of wisdom, not
Yeah.
even in cannabis, just in
Yeah.
life lessons that you learned that you want to give to?
Yeah, I mean, anybody that's watching this, I want to tell you, you want to be successful. It takes hard work. It takes passion. Don't do stuff for money. Do it because you love it, and be consistent. Consistency will get you to your dreams and goals. Never look back. You can't change the past, but you can change the future. I tell people all the time, show me your friends and I'll show you your future. That means that you are the people you hang around. And if you want to be successful, hang around successful people.
That's amazing. You just made my month and year.
Yeah.
I appreciate you, man.
I appreciate it, my brother.
For
Thank you.
sure, man.
All right.
Have a blessed day and an
Yes,
amazing
you
weekend.
too.
All right.
All right.
Cheers.